Hey everyone, Warwick's here. Back with VoicePlay's latest release. Now I know I've missed The Way You Make Me Feel, what they did with DJ Young, and the Michael Jackson song, The Way You Make Me Feel, rather. I am going to be recording that after I record this. That I'm not going to release immediately, though. I'm going to be very, very late on it, but I still want to do a reaction to it because I've heard a lot of good things about it. So I want to check that one out. That'll probably be released late this month or on Labor Day. But Total Eclipse of the Heart is the latest release from VoicePlay. This is originally a Bonnie Tyler song that has been remade and remixed by various artists and stuff like that. I actually remember this song specifically from the 90s dance music remix version of it. But I know the original is very much like a piano guitar piece and not an EDM piece. Obviously, this features actually Diane, who I've said in the past is my favorite collaborator. Obviously, she's done If I Were a Rich Man, Rich Woman, which is from Fiddler on the Roof, which has a strong place in my heart. Obviously, we don't talk about Bruno. She's done some shorts with them, Running Up That Hill. She's done quite a few things with them. I absolutely adore Ashley Diane. She's amazing. Yes, I'm a little bit of man crushing here, but like she's awesome. Now, I read the description on this. This is actually the Spanglish version, which I've actually never heard. So this is going to be very, very interesting. I know Ashley Diane, her full name on Instagram at least is Ashley Diane Rosa. So I think she's Puerto Rican, as is Caesar, I believe. So makes sense in a way. So we'll see what these guys do with it. If you've never seen one of my videos before, I appreciate you clicking on this and welcome to the channel. I do this, obviously, a lot of World of Warcraft stuff that's been taking up the majority of my time, which is why I'm late doing some of these reaction videos. But if you've never seen a video and how I do it, I will sit down and go over every I'll do 2 watch throughs. I'll do one where I don't pause. You just get in my dumb face here in the bottom left of your screen, reacting to what you're seeing in real time. And then I do a second listen through where I like to pause and kind of break down the things that I think are cool, interesting, neat, or mess with my head, or whatever the case may be. Or if I figure out something new on a second listen through that like catches me by surprise, I talk about that. So that's how I kind of do these videos. I'm not a professional musician, so don't expect anything like nerdy in terms of technique, how it's being broken down. Lots of other reactor creators that I will strongly encourage if you want them. Most of you probably listen to them. Anyways, I'm just a guy that does these for fun because I love music. I've grown to love a cappella over the last few years, and VoicePlay is by far my favorite group that does it. So here we are. So let's dive into this. It's Total Eclipse of the Heart from VoicePlay featuring Ashley Diane, the full Spanglish version. I'm very interested to see what we're about to hear here.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of all my years have gone by. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, and then I see the look in your eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. Every now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight, and I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever, and we'll only be making it right, 'cause we'll never be wrong. Together we can take it to the end of the line. Your love is like a shadow on me all the time. I don't know what to do, and I'm always in the dark. We're living in a powder keg and giving off sparks. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Once upon a time there was light in my life, but now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say, a total eclipse of the heart.
Nothing I can say, a total eclipse of the heart.
cuando siento que me estás olvidando y que no regresarás. De vez en cuando pienso que ya estoy muy cansada de estar sola y de escucharme llorar. De vez en cuando siento enloquecer. Every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever. And we'll only be making it right. 'Cause we'll never be wrong. Together we can take it to the end of the line. Your love is like a shadow on me all of the time. I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark. We're living in a pattern, getting given up spots. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start. Ooh. Once upon a time there was light in my life, but now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say, eclipse total del amor. Nothing I can say, a total eclipse of the heart.
Shit. Damn, that actually got me emotional. God. Wasn't expecting that. Probably because I can relate to some of that on a level. Damn, was not expecting that to hit me the way that it did. God, that was beautiful. Uh, Again, like I've said that like voice play with Jaina is like the best version of voice play, and I still stand by that. Voice play with Ashley is like the most wild card in a good way because you can get something like running up that hill, which to me was very epic, very cool. But then you get something like this to go along with it, or you get like Bruno, which is just a bunch of pure fun. You know, running up that hill has that epic moment with her lifting, although I know how they did that, and like they took an old song and put a very 2023 20 you know 2023 when that released, like very 2023 acapella twist on it, and then they take something like this where they do a lot of really really cool things with it. I mean, it's voice play, like they don't do anything normal, let's be real, well, for most arrangers, but there's a level of emotion to it that's really good, and it's very very fitting, obviously, with it being the Spanglish version, knowing that Caesar and Ashley both speak a lot of Spanish, I'm sure, in their regular lives. um, those two being on a date, in a way they probably weren't acting in a lot of ways, because I mean, they're just, you could tell there's a friendship and a love and a care they have for each other there. That's amazing. So um, very very cool. God, that made me emotional in a way I wasn't expecting. Holy crap. um, so yeah, if that's all you're here for, the reaction, my reaction to it, that's the end of this video for you. Like, share, subscribe. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'm recording this right after I did Jeff's John Lennon video, so as I said there, I'm at 9:22 as I record, so love to get to 1,000 before Labor Day. uh, we'll see if that happens, considering I average about 20 to 25 subscribers a month right now. So we'll see what happens. We'll go from there. Let's go back and do a second listen through. Let's talk about some things that were very, very cool, and try not to get too emotional about some things so I can hear more, because I'm sure I missed some things. Let's dive right in. I'm 99% sure that's real. So I want to talk about this set. Where did they do this? Let's see. Where was this filmed? Filmed at District Eat and Play in Oviedo, California. So they obviously went to a arcade shop and stuff like that for this, and were able to get it done. Oh, the other thing is, not arranged by anyone from VoicePlay. Rob Dietz is back with this one. I know he did Classical Chaos. He helped with, I believe it was. No, Which one of the videos did he do? Come here. I know it's, I'm gonna, as soon as I see it, I will know. Oh, I think he helps with Sleeping in the Cold Below. I think that's the one. One of them, but I know I've seen him before doing arrangements. But Ellie, of course, did the creative direction and the video work on it. Ed, of course, mixed it. Matt Hutchins and Andrew Cox, the Steadicam operators and assistant. They were the same ones for Jeff's video recently. Of course, Kathy, as always, production manager. Sisa, picking up all the costuming ideas, hitting a very late 80s, early 90s retro feel to it. And then Francesca Weezer, of course, is the production assistant as always. But yeah, shout outs to District Eat and Play in Oviedo. Website there if you're ever down in South Florida and want to go visit. I'm in Northwest Florida, so it is not close to me. But I loved the fact that they did something very cool with the way they shot this. So obviously here we're getting very like 4K type camera setup, or 1080p at the very least, very much a 2024 style shot. But right here we're getting this very, like, as you can see, like the camera frame is not as maxed out. It's very 4:3 versus the 16:9 aspect ratio. So they're playing with that. There's the graininess to it, which invokes, an older camera situation. Caesar wearing the toy watch here as well. These two are basically trying to depict themselves almost like teenagers in the arcades of the late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s really is when they kind of really were at their peak. So just very, very cool stuff there. I love the contrast that we're going to get throughout this song on this in terms of the video production and the video side. Getting very, very tenor, like even Jeff and Lane jumping into this. If I'm overthinking this, please tell me, but I can't help but notice that the Stranger Things pinball machine is right behind them, considering what Ashley's done with running up that hill with them. And then we get our, over here, Elvira, rest in peace. Also, I think is an ode to some of their Halloween stuff that they've done. Toy Story, Pirates of the Caribbean, like all sorts of fun stuff going on in the back here. But this one I can't help but feel like was strategically placed.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired.
Okay, I'm going to be that guy real quick. There ain't no way in hell she scored 700 points punching like that. I could be wrong, but I have to wonder who actually punched that so that you could get that score. I'm guessing it was Lane.
Listening to the sound of my tears. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of...
This is where it starts to hit me emotionally. As someone that has been pretty open about the fact that I am really shit at being a single man. Like, I spent a majority of my adult life in a relationship, so I don't know how to be single all that well. To see Ashley disappear and then to see this look on Caesar's face, like, I've been there, man. Where you feel like something's going and then it just disappears like that. Like, God, that's where it started to hit me emotionally. But again, love the video editing, so we'll take it.
All my years have gone by. Every now and then I get a...
I want Caesar's shirt, by the way. I also want Lane's shirt, and I want that jacket. If there's a place to buy these, put them in the comments. I got a little bit of extra money I need to burn. I've got some wardrobe to update, right?
A little bit terrified and then
Also, The Hobbit, again, can't help but feel that strategic.
I see the look in your eyes. Get a little bit terrified and then I see the look in your eyes.
We get Jeff here, a little understated, but does a drop into subs here. This type sound here as we transition into the next line here. Very, very nice. I caught you, Jeff. I heard you.
Now and then I get a little bit terrified and then I see the look in your eyes.
We get this crescendo effect as also Jeff drops, so that a lot of VoicePlay likes to do this a lot with Jeff, where they'll do contrary motion, where Ellie Caesar, guest, Lane in this case included, they're going up like this as they crescendo up, and then Jeff drops. So there's like this big gap between them, but it makes it distinct to where like you can hear it, but then and it doesn't sound bad because it's technically all an octave. It's just there's this stuff in the middle that's really interesting. They do this a lot. It's always cool when they do it.
Every now and then I fall apart. Every now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight.
I love how they have this whole harmony section that comes in, and then they pull back to just snaps, as you can see from, I'm assuming, Ellie, Lane, and Caesar. But we just get Jeff on this bass guitar type as we get this gorgeous solo from Ashley. And I love this look on her, by the way. I don't know if her hair is naturally curly like this, but it looks great, Ashley.
And I need you more than ever.
Yeah, and Jeff's doing something really, really cool here, where he's doing a lot of motion in the bass here, up and down, and in the note structure that he's doing, which is really cool.
Tonight, and I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight.
And then we get our 2 stars of this video, because it's like, let's be fair, this whole video is kind of focused on Ashley and Caesar, and the fact, obviously the Spanglish plays a big part of that. Like this, there's a theme here, and it's completely 100% correct. Beautiful duet, which, what do you expect less than these two? Like I said, clearly have a love for each other, and a friendship that is very, very enduring. So good to see on that front. And of course, professionally and musically, they blend extremely well here. Ashley's alto type voice with Caesar's baritone that he's kind of starting off right here, just feels good. Like, and it's hard to describe that, but it feels good.
More than ever, and if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever, and we'll only be making it right, 'cause we'll never be wrong. Together we can take it to the end of the line.
And again, God, that look crushed me. I'm sorry, it did.
Your love is like a shadow on me all the time.
I hear you, Jeff. I hear you.
Of the line, your love is like a shadow on me all the time.
And it's really fun the way that he did it too. He goes doom, doom, da. So he climbs and then just jumps off the cliff, so to speak, into this chesty. It sounds very thick, so I think it's chest, but it could be a very mixed in sub. Like, it's just very, very slick.
Of the line, your love is like a shadow on me all the time. All the time. I don't know
And then he cuts off and then joins in on the all of the time to make a 5-part harmony, which is just, just things that Jeff can do.
what to do, and I'm always in the dark. We're living in a powdered cake and giving off sparks. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start.
I love Jeff's bass here. Shout outs to Ellie, like, obviously gorgeous. I just love what Jeff's doing right here with his bass.
Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Once upon a time.
I love that just climb that he does, and then he drops down for like this real quick quarter note, and then jumps back into his like normal bass guitar like movement. But it again feels good. And like, to Ellie real quick, like, it's really crazy to me that he does like this indelible, iconic rock tenor, has an insane high range, and then can do something like this where it's pulled back almost breathy for him. And I don't think about it, because it's the weight of expectations in a way. Like, this should be praised. Like, it's really good. Very good technique, I'm sure, if those that know that stuff, but like, it sounds beautiful. And at the same time, I can't help but go, yeah, it's just Ellie. It's what he can do. It's like, God, that feels unfair to him.
there was light in my life, but now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say, a total eclipse of the heart.
Nothing I can say.
This look also crushed me as we get into Jeff's first, like, distinct solo bass line.
Nothing I can say, a total eclipse of the heart.
The way he approached this line, like, again, the notes kind of, I mentioned this in the Imagine cover, where, like, it felt like there were some notes that, like, logically, like, the analytical part of my brain goes, that doesn't make sense, but then the creative part of my brain goes, but it still sounds good. Same thing here with Jeff on
Nothing I can say, a total eclipse.
Total Eclipse. Like, these two words at this note sound, like, logically don't make sense to me, but again, sound good. It's a weird thing. And then, you know, hits that fat subharmonica as we transition. As we get into the Spanish section, a couple things to point out. We get Lane transitioning into the drums, and he does, like, this very muffled, like, kick drum almost sound, except it's more like type sound. And then Jeff is doing, like, these, like, pretty crazy subharmonic stuff as we get into the Spanglish. Yeah, as he gets these doom, 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 like, sits real deep there. I want to know if they were speaking Spanish to each other there. I can't read lips, so I'm just curious. And we get Caesar's, I will say iconic, it's getting there, but when he puts the soul into his voice, it hits you, man. It does, it hits you. And then we're getting into our full, like, drum kit with Lane now, full on harmony in the background now with Ashley and Ellie as Caesar takes the lead line, and then Jeff doing Jeff things over in the bass line. But God, he's about to hit hits with the soul here, and I think this is, for me, kind of where the tears started coming for me. She does it here, and oh God, I cut Jeff off. Sorry, Jeff, I'll go back. But, like, he hits the soul here, transitions into a vocal part as Ashley takes the next lead line, and then as she hear, "You need you more," and she goes up. Again, hits the soul, obviously reflects that in the performance because she's an excellent lip syncer for this, but, like, tell they're really embodying the soundtrack that they're doing, and then Jeff does this just crazy run down here.
Every now and then I fall apart.
And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. And if
Love that.
you only hold me tight.
As someone that has a 7-year-old son who loves to play air hockey, they don't make tabletops like this anymore, and damn it, they should. They need more of these. The one at the local arcade that I take my son to all the time looks like a sheet of ice hockey rink, and that's boring. Give me more Pac-Man tables to work with.
We'll be holding on forever. And we'll only be making it right.
Again, was he acting there? I don't think so. It's Caesar.
'Cause we'll never be wrong. Together we can take it to the end of the line. Your love is like a shadow on me all of the time. I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark. We're living in a pattern. Can you give it
Told you you're going down? Yeah.
enough space? I really need you tonight.
So VoicePlay's done this in a few different songs where they will do this big build. And I know somewhere when I watch Mortius's video of this, he's going to freak out. So they've done this in a few other videos. Nothing Else Matters really stands out for it. But what they do is they do this big build. Then they drop Jeff and Lane. and in this case it's Ashley, Ellie, and Caesar do this big belt. It's really I Need You Tonight, and that's the only thing that's going on for this last like 2 beats, and then we get back into bringing Jeff and Lane back into the fold. I don't know what the technique is actually called. I know they've done it quite a bit, and this is like my favorite way that they do it. It's not my favorite technique. Call and response is always mine, and they've done a little bit of it here. I just didn't want to rant about it for 5 minutes because I always do. But I really love the way that they implemented that. I already know, like I said, Mortius is going to freak out when I watch his video on this when it releases in the next few days. And this is another thing that they do a really good job of, because they've done this in a few songs, is where they hit this big epic moment. I Really Need You Tonight is like the peak, and then they start going downhill where it starts to slowly pull back. And then we get this almost like a soft ending, which is what we're leading in here now with this.
There was light in my life, but now
I love the way this line is done, because you expect it, you know, the whole time, and like in a lot of ways in Total Eclipse of the Heart. Once upon a time I was falling in love. So you see it go down, and now, but here he doesn't do that.
Once upon a time there was light in my life, but
Light in my life. He jumps up there, and I love that. Love that. Just a nice little like tweak to the approach that just makes it feel good and fresh.
now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say. Eclipse total del amor. Nothing I can say. A total eclipse of the heart.
I love the way they end again on the 5-part harmony with all of them singing. It's just excellent stuff. Like this was great. Again, it made me emotional in a way I wasn't expecting. Another checkbox. Like, VoicePlay doesn't miss on a lot, but there are certain collaborators that they don't miss with. Jay Nunn and Ashley are the top 2 on that. Like, this brilliant. VoicePlay, thank you. Like, I love that you guys did this. I love the setting that you did this in. If I ever find myself in a veto, I'm definitely going there, because I love me some pinball too. So getting to play pinball quite a bit would be a blast. Unfortunately, I don't think they have any pinball lounges where I live in Northwest Florida, so we'll see. But no, I love this, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you stuck with me on this VoicePlay video under 30 minutes, believe it or not. Trying to be better about not rambling. So until the next video, I hope you all stay safe. Hope you enjoy yourself. If you're having fun, you keep on gaming, and I'll see you next time.